I can tell you, going back and listening to some of my highlights from 2021, I think my voice has gotten better. I think that's a good thing.
There's a lot of us on the full-time staff that just aren't fit to be out in a physical activity in those environments. And we had the on-field ceremony pregame, and I knew we were going to do it, but I didn't know how meaningful it was for the guys involved.
The number one reason why I love working for this organization is the way that everybody's able to come together and get along.
This is going to be a dinosaur night that doesn't look like previous dinosaur nights.
Hey, he's Ryan Moore. I'm Sam Wiederhaft, and this is another episode of Behind the Seams presented by RipTydz Oceanfront Grill and Rooftop Bar. All right, welcome back. We are back at RipTydz. It's another beautiful day in Myrtle Beach. The sun is shining, the wind is blowing. We have a little ketchup bottle to hold our question bucket. But just a great day at Myrtle Beach. We're in the month of August now, so it's our final episode of the regular season. And overall, just a very exciting time at Pelicans ballpark.
Yeah, summer is winding down, but the fun is still to be had.
All right, we got some really, really good questions this week.
All right, this one's for you, Sam. So 2023 season is your third season with the Birds.
It is.
Tell us a little bit about what you think you've learned, how you've improved, how you kind of just developed as a professional broadcaster.
I honestly cannot believe it's already year 3. I mean, 2021 feels like not that long ago, and that whole season was just such a fun ride for my first experience in minor league baseball. But I came in, 2021 was very much a learning year for me. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, and, knew how to call a game, but didn't really know how to do everything else. So the more I do it, the more I'm learning how to get better at it, and I think that I always take pride in my preparation. I always try and make it the best that I can. But the more that the years go on, the more the games go on, the more that I'm learning, okay, I can look at these different stats now. I can look at, this is a different way I can find stories, or, it's just, the more I'm learning about the profession, the more information I'm able to get. And, it's definitely, I think it's gotten a lot better in the 3 years that I've been with the Pelicans. I can tell you, going back and listening to some of my highlights from 2021, I think my voice has gotten better. I think that's a good thing. It's just been a great 3 years, and I think I've really grown a lot, not only as a broadcaster, but in many other different facets of the job as well.
No, I've been here the entire time you've been here, and not only myself, but others around the office do talk about how far you've come. Not that you were lacking per se in 2021, but the growth, the preparation, the relationship that you have with the staff, the field staff, the players, that takes time to build that confidence, and you can see that from an outside or inside-outside perspective, that you have that comfort level, you have that desire to not just tell the tale of the game, but tell the story behind the players and how that equates to what's going on in the game. So.
Okay, next question. And this is a fun one, very recent. So this year, what happened in the full-time versus seasonal softball game, and what does the full-time staff need to do to avoid going 0-3 next year? I have some pretty strong opinions about this.
It comes down to stamina. It really does. Our interns, I think, are in a much better physical shape than the full-time. That's been evident. Past 2 years, we've come out to early leads in the game, seem to be having a pretty dominating hold on, the win-loss side of it. And then we get to the last inning or two, and it's hot. There's a lot of us on the full-time staff that just aren't fit to be out in a physical activity in those environments. And I think as the game, continues on, our ability to cope lessens. I think it's just something that we got to know going into it, that can't give it all in the first couple innings because we're going to have nothing left at the end.
I think having some practice time going into it would definitely help.
I don't know. That just increases the opportunity for injury.
That's a good point.
The longer time that we have people out there, the higher chance that we won't have everybody back out there again.
Did the interns bat out of order a few times? Yeah.
I'm sure not every did too.
Well, it's true. That's true. But overall, really fun time. And actually, we got a visit from Miguel Pabon, our catcher came and watched the game, which I thought was awesome. He came with Slider.
Yeah, Buddy Bailey was there. We had a handful of the Pelicans field staff out watching it. Buddy was tailgating, had some ribs and chicken going. So Buddy can give it to somebody with the best of them, and he is watching, even when you don't think he's watching.
If you had to pick a single memorable moment from the 2023 season so far, we still have about a month left, but on or off the field, what would it be and why?
I would probably say the graduation ceremony for the guys completing their English learning classes, and we had the on-field ceremony pregame, and I knew we were going to do it, but I didn't know how meaningful it was for the guys involved, the teammates, the fans, and the emotional response was really eye-opening and heartwarming.
It's a lot more than that. And I knew the ceremony was going on, but I wasn't expecting the whole team to be out there in the cap and gown and all that. And then when all that kind of came to fruition, it was just something that was super cool to watch on the field. For me, it's just been, we've really ramped up, our production department has really ramped up our feature stories this year, talking about our partnership with Marquee, because these do go on the Marquee Sports Network. But we try every month to highlight a different player. And I think getting to know everybody's stories and being able to showcase that, the production team has done a great job all season long with these profile pieces. I know Marquee's been super happy with it. Cubs fans have loved learning about their prospects at the single-A level. And every single time we do a different location around Myrtle Beach. So it's a really cool thing, and the projects this year have really turned out awesome. So question for more. When you look back at the work and effort put in by the front office, seasonal, and game day staff this season, what is it that you take away?
Just how easily it seems to come together. And I say seems to come together because it's not easy. You're talking about the video production and the player profile pieces, but the production team has done a great job of highlighting different areas of the ballpark and different departments, if you will. And it really goes to show just how many different facets have to come together to provide a good fan experience as well as a good developmental experience for the players. And everybody works for one common goal, and that's to provide a great experience come 7:05 and have people leave the ballpark and say, wow, that was a good time. So there's just always something going on, and it's really a proud moment to see everybody come together and deliver a really, really great product.
The number one reason why I love working for this organization is, it's a long season, right? We got collectively 132 games, but 66 home games. And the way that everybody's able to come together and get along, we have good days. Sometimes we have tough days. It's up and down. But, my third year here, we've been through many different interns, different staff, and everyone's just able to come together and reach that common goal. And it's just, it's a really beautiful thing to see everything working and just everybody focused, all the gears turning, and be able to create an awesome product like we've had all season. Well, the season is winding down, but there's still plenty more time to get to Pelicans ballpark with some exciting nights coming up in Myrtle Beach and more. Not only is the product on the field going to be really exciting, but there's also some fun nights that will be surrounding that at the ballpark as well.
Yeah, look, like I just mentioned, 12 regular season games left, potential up to 4 playoff games. Let's work our way back from the end of the regular season. The last game of the regular season is September 10th. Start up the playoffs on September 12th, off day on the 13th, home on the 14th. Everything after that is to be determined. Getting into the night before the end of the season, that Saturday, September 9th, is our fan appreciation night. We always, pull out all the good stuff and thank our fans for everything that they've done to make us have a successful season on the field and off the field. A new night on our promo calendar, September 8th, is our luau night. We're going to celebrate the Hawaiian culture and also work to raise some funds for the Maui relief efforts. They've gone through a terrible disaster over there, and I've got family that lives on the Big Island who are actually going to be here at the ballpark next week, and they've talked about friends and people that they know and the challenges that they've gone through with the fires that swept through Maui. And we're gonna have some opportunities for fans to donate. We'll have some raffles, some giveaways, some items to try to generate some funds and awareness for the rescue and relief efforts that are ongoing there. August 25th, we bring back our dinosaur night, and I've been under strict orders not to give away any of the special details, but I can tell you that this is going to be a dinosaur night that doesn't look like previous dinosaur nights.
It's going to be a fun one. I can't wait. Dino Night is always one of my favorite nights of the year. We do it at the beginning of the year and then do one at the end of the year, and it is just super exciting all the way around. A lot of fun stuff around at the ballpark, but a very exciting slate of games in the month of August going into September as we close out the regular season, get ready for the playoffs.
I think we're actually going to have another episode prior to the playoffs for us to talk about what that looks like, because on my note sheet here it says next episode will preview the playoffs.
There we go. And
so
hopefully we'll have a team to talk about there.
Yeah,
we can preview.
Yeah, there's a team starting to pull away a little bit, who has tended to be our arch nemesis for the past few years. So without saying their name, I would love nothing more than a little revenge series just down the road.
I think that'd be fantastic. But we close out the regular season. A lot of things to look forward to at the ballpark here in Myrtle Beach. It's going to be a fun time on the field. It's going to be a fun time off the field. And that'll close out this episode of Behind the Scenes, presented by RipTydz Oceanfront Grill and Rooftop Bar. He's Ryan Moore. I'm Sam Wiederhaft. We'll see you next time.